Okay, welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you a brief how to play and a full playthrough of Tiny Epic Dinosaurs. Is that right? Yes. As you can see, it's a miniature game, hence the word tiny. It's meant to be able to travel with and basically take anywhere. They're meant to be able to quickly learn them, be able to play. And they're great for a family game. So we had a lot of fun playing this. The only reason Quentin's not playing with us, he just started school this week, so it's kind of a cramped week for him to be able to do this and get readjusted to school. So Anthony and I are going to just be playing it, but it's great for a family. So basically, you have your dinosaurs, and what's cool about this game is you don't really... After you read the rule book to learn how to play, you really don't need it because everything is right here in front of you, referenced on the player boards and the action boards. Like, everything's right there. So like the phases are right here. You just follow the phases. This game is played over 6 rounds. And here's the names of all the basic dinosaurs. Then you have all your unique dinosaurs, which are purple. Those you can obtain through the research cards. And basically you're a rancher and you're farming dinosaurs and you're trying to get the most victory points. And the way you get the victory points is by completing contracts. I forgot to pull these out. And this is always the number of players plus 1 that's out. You're completing contracts. The contracts have a number inside of a star in the upper right corner. That's the point value if you complete that contract. The research cards, there's 2 different types. There's I forget the name of them, but let me look at what the names of the 2 research cards are, styles. There's genetic and science. So you don't gain a dinosaur on all the research cards. Some of them just give you a special ability. If you gain a dinosaur, it will be... So the one he's showing on the left, hopefully you could see that, is just a card that gives you an ability. The card on the right has a dinosaur, and the way you know it's a dinosaur, in the upper right corner, it has the type of food you need to feed them. Like that one is the Plesiosaurus, and it eats meat, so it requires 1 meat to feed that. I will say the cards are really tiny, so they fit a lot of text on those cards, so if you wear glasses, you will need to wear those to play this game. But I have no problem seeing it with my glasses, but everything's really small, so you have to really be able to read that small text. But so that's the way to gain the unique dinosaurs. Again, if it's a dinosaur, you'll have the food in the upper right of how many you have to feed them. Part of this game is you have to be able to feed your dinosaurs by phase 5. If you don't have enough food, they escape. There's penalties for that. I'll go over that in a little bit. But that's the basics of the game. But you're just trying to complete the most contracts. You get points for those. And the way you complete contracts is when you have dinosaurs here in your ranch, you're basically selling them to a theme park located on some isolated island. And you get the points for completing that. You also have a private contract. They are a little bit more difficult. Wow, I had the exact same one I had last time. They are more difficult to complete, and you can only complete those after completing a public contract. So you could see the public contracts require 3 dinosaurs. So I would have to have those 3 plus these 4 to be able to complete both of those contracts in the same turn. And you have to do them in the same turn from what we can understand. So there's the yellow let's go over the dinosaurs. There's a Stegosaurus. It eats one plant. All that information is right here on your player board, so it's very easy to reference. Then you have the Velociraptor, the green guy. They eat one meat. They're a carnivore. The Stegosaurus is an herbivore. Then you have the blue guy, which is the Brachiosaurus. He requires 2 plants. And then you have the Allosaurus, which is the red ones. They require 2 meat every round, so for each one that you have. But they're also worth points at the end of the game. If you have dinosaurs left in your ranch, the Stegosaurus are worth 2, Velociraptor is worth 3, Brachiosaurus is worth 3, and the Allosaurus is worth 4. However, you do, I believe, get more points. You get more points by completing a contract with them. Not a ton more, but a couple more points. So the way to win this game is definitely by completing contracts and getting research cards. There's a first player token. That is an advantage because basically you're going to be placing your ranchers one at a time on the action board. And just like other games, if I'm in that space, Anthony can still use that action, but he would have to put 2 ranchers. Basically, you have to put one more rancher than the player with the highest. Like I have my regular rancher that's worth 1. There's also a head rancher. He's a little larger than the others. He's worth 2. So if I have my head rancher there who's worth 2, Anthony would have to have a total of 3 ranchers to use that one action. So it kind of is a good way to block the other player if you know it's something they really need. So he can get the first player from me by going to this action right here. You can see that's it doesn't cost him anything. Just only has to put a rancher there, but he can gain the first player token and he can move any barrier. You're going to be putting these barriers down on your ranch that you're gaining. Because you have to enclose your dinosaurs. The only ones that don't have to be enclosed are the unique dinosaurs, the purple ones. All the others need to be enclosed or they will escape and you suffer the penalty. As far as these action boards, they are 2-sided. You have to make sure you've got the right one for the number of players. We're 2 players, so we've got the correct side. If they don't have a border around the circle, all you do is you put the rancher on there. If they've got a brown border around the circle, that means there's a cost. So like this one costs 1 supply. That one is 1 plant and 1 meat. This one is any dinosaur. That's a dinosaur in rainbow colors. So you could see some of them have a cost associated on top of just placing your rancher there. When you obtain a dinosaur, so you want to grab a dinosaur, I'm going to try to get that Stegosaurus. I put my rancher. You do get the dinosaur. There's no trying. So I got the Stegosaurus, but you have to roll the Wrangler dice. There's 3 different symbols on the dice. This one means you were injured. You were injured wrangling that dinosaur. So both your rancher and the dinosaur you obtained goes in the medical leave area. And that's not actually a big deal. The only thing it does is it frees up that space so he could also get that dinosaur. Otherwise, he would have to put another 2 ranchers to get that.
Make sure when you put in the medical leave, each color indicates the player. So make sure you put on your player color. Yeah,
I'm purple and he's green, so all of his will go here. So that's how you obtain dinosaurs. You always roll the Wrangler dice. So this one means you're wounded. If it's a blue net, nothing happens. You just gain the dinosaur, and it goes into your holding area on your player board. If you don't go to the medical leave, your barriers and dinosaurs you obtain during the action phase go into your holding area. You'll be placing those on your ranch here in a moment. And then the third symbol is the egg. If you get the pink egg, that means you get 2 of the dinosaurs instead of the 1. So that's good and bad. It's good if you have enough areas to put them on. It's bad if it's the beginning of the game and you don't have any barriers.
And you don't have enough food.
Right. Then that. So that's one of the things you can do with the actions is gain dinosaurs. This one you can play it. These are free. You just place your rancher there. This one you have to pay a supply box, and you can get any of the dinosaurs. And the way you get your track your resources, there's a little tracker here on your player board. I start out in the game since I'm first player with no resources for now. I mean, I will be getting them here in a moment. Anthony's second player, so he starts with 1 plant. Third player gets 1 meat, and fourth player gets 1 supply if there are 3 and 4 players. So I start out with 0, but the very first phase of the game is resource collection. And what that means is whatever is showing on your ranch, you get. So you will be covering these dinosaurs as you play the game. So later on, if I had those 2 dinosaurs there, I do not collect those 2 resources. But in the beginning of the game, everyone collects the same amount. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants. So I would put my little plant on the 5 there. You get 3 meat. So I'll put my meat on the 3. And you get 1 supply box. So that is my starting resources. And Anthony will have the same amount plus 1 plant because he started out with 1. Okay, then there's the contracts. To obtain a public contract, 1, you have to be able to fulfill it with the dinosaurs. You can put your rancher there to do it for free, or if someone's on there, you can put your rancher there and pay 1 supply that you can get a contract card. If you do complete, like I said, the public contract and you have enough to complete your private contract that you keep hidden, you can do both of those in that same action. Then these are the barriers. The barriers are right here. You have one where this one is, you pay a supply, and it allows you to move any dinosaur or any barrier at that time if you want to move them around. The barriers you cannot move unless you use that on the action board. The dinosaurs, however, you can move around freely during the arrange ranch phase. This one allows you, like I showed earlier, you could get the first player token and move your barrier. This one doesn't cost you anything but put your rancher there, you get 1 barrier. This one, if you pay a supply, you get 2 barriers. You do want to stockpile on those barriers if you can at first. So there's 2 ways to do this. You start out with 1 barrier for free, 1 enclosure. You want to leave room because if you get 2 of the same dinosaur, say I rolled the egg and I got 2 stegosauruses in my holding area. So I could do it to where I'm doing 2 separate holding areas, or barriers, sorry. And I do want to point out the water and the mountains, those are barriers, so you don't have to worry. The only ones you have to worry about covering are the dotted lines. So if I place one on that dotted line, that is enclosed because it's surrounded by water. They can't go into the water. If I placed one here, it's enclosed because it's surrounded by mountains and another barrier. But if I have these 2 stegosauruses, sure, they could go in here or here, but if I want to gain dinosaurs quicker, I could, see how I would do this. I'll need more barriers, or actually I could do it this way. It's kind of tricky. It's almost like a puzzle. So I could put my 2 barriers right there on those dotted lines, and that leaves me 2 areas within 1 enclosure. Now during the breeding phase, those will breed, and I would need to have either a bigger enclosure. You don't have to put the baby in with the parents, but you do need to have a place to put it that's enclosed. If I didn't have any other dinosaurs, I could put it right there, and none of them would have escaped. But if I already have a dinosaur there, I need to make sure if I get those 2, I need to get another barrier before that phase, so I have a place to put the baby that's going to be made. So they are going to breed if you put them in the same enclosure of the same species. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. And then, of course, this action board is pretty pretty self-explanatory. You're just gaining resources. I believe that's, for the most part, it. I didn't say the 7 phases. It's played over 6 rounds. You move this cute little coffee cup that says I love dinos for the round tracker. I do like the components. They're really cute. So I like that about this game. So the phases are collect your resources. We've already done that. And again, that's just collecting the resources that are showing on your ranch. Then you assign your ranchers. You take turns choosing an action on the action board. Then you retrieve all your ranchers back, put them back in your rancher area on your player board. Then you arrange your ranch. Anything in your holding area is placed on your ranch. And barriers and dinosaurs that you've collected during the assign ranchers phase will now go on your ranch. Then you need to feed those dinosaurs. If you can't feed one of them or more of them, you suffer the penalty. For carnivores, they eat one of your dinosaurs. Herbivores, you lose a barrier. There is a trick to this. If, say you're going to lose 2 dinosaurs because you don't have enough food, one of them's an herbivore and one is a carnivore, you can save yourself 1 penalty by basically feeding that herbivore to the carnivore. So you don't get 2 penalties. And you do only get penalized 1 time per type. So say you have 3 carnivores that escape, you don't get punished 3 times in the same round. It's 1 time per type of dinosaur. But that is a trick to get around, like a loophole that they point out in the rule book that you can do if you are losing both an herbivore and a carnivore. You can also use, when we were playing this with Quentin, like he had way too many dinosaurs. So, and they were all carnivores. So he was having a hard time getting enough meat to feed them. So he would just feed the carnivores to the carnivores just to kind of skim down his dinosaur collection. Then there's the breed dinosaurs. If you do happen to have 2 of the same species in the same enclosure, they will breed. Hopefully you have a place to put them. Otherwise, the baby will escape and you suffer one of those penalties. Then you refresh for the next round, and all that means is you put all the research cards in a discard pile, draw 3 more, and then you replenish the public contracts if any were taken. And I think that's pretty much covered all of it, and we'll be telling you what we're doing as we play anyway. So I'm the first player. So I have the first player token. We've already collected our resources. So now I'm going to choose a...
There is one thing though, like the cards will indicate what stage of the phase from the research cards when you can use it.
You do need to pay attention to that.
And this one's like the 5th stage, which is feed dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. It tells you when you can use that ability. That's what I like about this game. It's very, it leads you. Like, honestly, that's what makes it an awesome game for travel, because you don't have to worry about, I mean, the rule book fits in a box, but everything's right here. So when you're teaching someone to play the game, they could easily remember what you've taught them because the information is literally right there on the board. So it's a really cute game. So I'm going to collect a barrier, put my rancher there, it goes in the holding area.
Okay, I am going to...
And I will give you a helpful hint. Your head rancher is worth 2. I always save him for last because in case Anthony goes in a spot that I really want to play on and he has one of his normal ranchers, I can still play there with my head rancher because he's worth 2. Okay, so... I'm going to collect research cards. It's 1 meat and 1 plant. And I have the choice between choosing one of these, or I can draw 3, keep 1, and put the other 2 down. Let me see what these are really quick. I haven't read them. Kind of a good one. So this one if I don't have to discard barriers or dinosaurs due to escaping dinosaur penalties, the escaping dinosaurs are still discarded. That doesn't make sense. You do not discard barriers or dinosaurs due to escaping dinosaur penalties. Oh, okay, the escaping dinosaurs. Oh.
So you don't get penalized.
So I don't get penalized. That's what it's meaning. So I will lose the ones that escaped, but I won't lose anything else. Yeah, that's a good one. I spent my resources. So that is always, that's a passive ability that I need to remember if I have a penalty. That's always there.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
Everything you buy normally goes to your holding area.
I'll get a Stegosaurus. Gotta roll the dice. Ooh, eggs. So I got 2 of them. So I need to make sure that I have enough barriers. Right now I do, but they won't breed if. Why are you having such a hard time?
I don't know. I don't really want.
He gets the first player token. No, that's just move a barrier. You don't get the barrier.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, no. That's not worth it. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to use my head rancher and pay this resupply to get 2 more barriers.
My turn?
Mm-hmm. This game is very strategic. It looks like a very simple, like, kid game, but it has a lot of strategy. There's so many ways to get the points in Dinosaurs. Okay, so now we're on phase 3. We're retrieving our ranchers. And I didn't point out here, you see these 2 ranchers here on the round board. Oh, sorry, I grabbed the wrong ones. On round 4, we obtain 1 more rancher each. So now we're on to arrange a ranch, and all that means is you put your dinosaurs and your barriers down in any order. And I'm going to put these 2 Stegosauruses in the same little pen so they'll breed. And actually, I'm going to do it this way. So I have space for 3 dinosaurs in that one little area, and I have space for 2 there. So that gave me 2 barriers, and it allows me to collect more dinosaurs without having to worry constantly. So have you arranged yours?
Yep.
Okay, so then we're on to feed the dinosaurs. So my dinosaurs, they're 1 plant each, so my plant goes down to 2. And they say to turn them on their side once you fed them, so you'll know that you fed them. And so none of ours escaped. We're good to go.
Yours breeds.
So mine does breed. And I'm going to put that in the same little pen that they're in. I could have put it anywhere, but the reason I'm putting it there, there's no resource there, so it's not covering anything. And you don't have to feed that one. We've already passed the feed the dinosaurs. It was just born, so you don't feed it. And then we go to refresh for the next round. So we discard any remaining research cards. And we would refill the public cards, but we didn't get any. And we move the little coffee cup to the next round. So we're on round 2. and we start over with the phases again. So we're going to collect our resources simultaneously. Get 4 plants, 2 meat, and 1 supply. And those supplies become more and more important as you go, especially as you get more dinosaurs.
4, 5.
Okay, so I'm still the first player, so I will assign my rancher. I'm going to fulfill this contract. As you can see, I got lucky and rolled around the little pink egg, so I was able to breed Stegosaurus. So I now have that contract that I put in my play area. It's worth 7 points at the end of the game.
Okay, I am going to do research. Okay. So that costs what? 1 meat, 1.
1 plant, 1 meat.
Okay.
And again, he could have drew 3 cards from the deck and kept 2 and placed the other 2 down here. And if you run out of these cards, you just reshuffle them.
I chose this one because once a round, instead of placing a rancher on an action space, you may place it on the card, then collect resources based on what is shown in your ranch.
Oh, so that gives him an extra resource collection phase for free, basically. And he can use that in phase 2 when you assign your ranchers. Mm-hmm. And he gets he does get a dinosaur. He gets I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's an omnivore, so it can eat meat or plant. And he's just got to find the dinosaur that looks like it. They're all different. And that's the cool thing about the unique dinosaurs. They do not have to be enclosed, so you don't have to worry about doing barriers for them. And some of them can go in the water. It tells you if they can.
But you do have to feed it. Yes,
you have to feed it. And there's one, the pterodactyl. That one's also a good unique one because that can be in the same area as any other dinosaur. So you don't have to worry about having enough spaces for it. So it kind of gives you a way to have more dinosaurs. And I didn't tell you how the final scoring is. The final scoring is based on your cards, your victory points. You get points for your dinosaurs, and you get points for your contracts. I don't know if I said that but that's basically the only ways to gain the points. Anything that has a little star on it with a number is your points. Okay, so I'm going to start getting another dinosaur, hoping for the little egg. Oh, does that count as an egg? Darn it. So I was wounded. It would have been an egg.
Woulda, coulda.
That's the quickest way to get dinosaurs, is rolling those eggs. I think it's a Stegosaurus in his holding area. Okay. I'm going to get another. Look at the green guy. Come on, egg. Yes!
Your turn.
Assessing my food situation, make sure I have enough for these dinosaurs I'm collecting. You definitely need supply boxes. I'm going to collect 2. That's kind of the commodity on the action board for a lot of things.
All right.
Okay, so we've assigned our ranchers, and now we're going to retrieve our ranchers, and that also includes anyone that you have in medical leave. You put those dinosaurs in your holding area. Retrieve your ranchers. Okay, and the next phase is to arrange a ranch. Anthony already jumped the gun on that. So I'm going to put these 2 velociraptors here so they'll breed. And I'll put this guy right here. Okay, now we feed our dinosaurs. So mine are, the velociraptors eat 1 meat each. Go down to 2. My brachiosaurus eats 2 plants. Okay, then you're going to breed. So I get to breed a velociraptor. I'm going to put it right there with its mommy and daddy. Did any of yours breed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we refresh for the next round. So we're going to discard.
You had enough to feed them?
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't feed the one you breed. These eat 2 and these only eat 1 meat. So we're refreshing the cards. We're moving the round tracker down 1. As you can see, this is a fast game. It's taking longer because I'm explaining to you as we go, but it's a really fast game, which also makes it a great family game. Okay, so I'm still first player, but simultaneously we gather our resources that are available. So I have 2 meat, 4 plants, and 1 supply. And you can see here 13 is the highest number. Once you reach 13 for any resource, anything collected after that is just lost until you go down and can collect more. Okay, so now we assign our ranchers. I am going to fulfill this contract. Wait, wrong one. This one. So it requires 2 velociraptors and 1 brachiosaurus. You put them back in the supply, and that one is worth 12 victory points at the end of the game.
My turn?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to...
There's always a little dust from all the unboxings on this thing. Always. So he also fulfilled a contract. And we don't refresh those until round 7 or phase 7. Okay, so I'm going to go for the red guy. See what. So we're wounded. Okay, then I'm going to get a research card. I can't see those from this far away. They're kind of small. Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one. On phase 6, I can pay 2 supplies to add any 1 regular dinosaur to my holding area.
My turn?
Yep.
Collecting my resources. So I get 4. That's me 9. I get 3. That's me 8. And I get 1. Alright.
Okay. 2 meat. Those eat 2 each. I'm going to go for the Stegosaurus. Okay. As in your medical leave area. Okay, so we placed all of our ranchers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're going to retrieve our ranchers and get our dinosaurs out of medical leave. And then we're going to arrange our ranch.
And we get feed.
And yes, then we feed them. This one eats 2 meat. He eats 1 meat. I had just enough meat. And then this guy eats 1 plant. Now I'm going to use my ability where I can get any regular dinosaur and add it to my, I'm going to pay 2, add it to my holding area. So I already have a red dinosaur for next time. Okay, and then did any of yours breed?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we refresh. So we move the little coffee cup down to the next round. We each gain 1 more rancher. That's another action. We discard these. And he replenished the public cards. I still have the first player.
And we collect our resources.
Yep, we collect our resources. So we get 3 meat, 4 plants. And I don't get a supply because I have the little dinosaur on it. Okay, so now we get 5 actions each turn. Wow, this cricket's loud.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Your turn.
I know I'm deciding. Okay, so I'm going to Stegosaurus, and we go in the holding or the medical leave area.
Okay.
Okay, so barrier. No. Shh. Be quiet, baby. Shh. It's okay. Check it.
My turn.
No.
Okay, I'm going to collect resources. So let's see. Puts me at 12. That maxes out my leaf. Your turn.
Okay. So, 2 actions left. I'm going to play a supply and get 2 barriers. We only have 2 more rounds left after this, so you kind of need to ramp up your dinosaur collecting.
Okay, your turn.
I'm going to collect the Stegosaurus. Yes.
My turn.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I have a lot of dinosaurs. Did not count on all that food. That's where I messed up. I should have collected some more
All
food.
right.
I had plenty for my Stegosauruses. It's my
I got plenty of food.
Allosaurus that I'm going to be
I'm almost
lacking
max.
on. So now we retrieve our ranchers and our dinosaurs. I was too focused on the barriers and the dinosaurs. It's definitely a balancing act in this game.
Yep.
Okay, so now we arrange our ranch. And like I said, you can move things around freely. I am going to move this guy here, I think. Put my Stegosauruses there. Wonder how that works if you have 3. Do they breed twice? Seems like they would. They'd breed with that one and breed with that one, correct?
Ah, messed up.
Wouldn't you think?
Mm.
They would have to. Okay, and wow.
I didn't put enough barriers. Did you? Yeah, you did.
I'm gonna have to think about it.
I have one that escapes.
Yeah, I might. I have to do some.
Don't I lose a barrier because it's a carnivore?
No, you lose a dinosaur.
Oh, okay.
That. Oh, that's how I can do it.
Oh, now let this one eat this one. All right. So I lose 2 then?
Sorry, I was thinking there.
I lose 2, right?
Does that have to be? Actually, that's not in a barrier, is it? Because they have to be on the dotted lines. That would not be in a barrier.
No.
Wow, hard. I'm still arranging. I have to do it that way. Okay, so
I have one here, but I still have one that I have to place.
okay.
So I lose this one.
So now we feed them, which I'm going.
So I lose these 2, right?
You lose the one you can't feed, and you got to feed one to it.
No, I don't have the barrier to cage it.
Right. So when that one escapes, it eats one.
Oh, okay. So I only lose 1.
No, you lose the one that escaped plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well,
it
2.
eats one. Right.
Yeah, that's what I said originally.
Why are you losing them?
You said wait till you feed it.
And then, no, you feed the escaped right away because you didn't have a barrier for it. Now, you have to feed them. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4 plants. And then I need 2, 4, 6. I don't have enough to feed this guy. And I do have enough to feed. I'm going to let him eat the velociraptor. And I'm not going to feed him. But I don't get a penalty because of my nice little card I have. So now it's breeding. Did you feed all yours?
Mm-hmm.
So I get 2 Stegosauruses.
I get one of these. Actually, no, they're all in a different cage.
Because these breeds and these breed. Oh, and these breed.
Wow.
Okay, so I have enough enclosures. Oh, wait, these need to go here.
Yeah, but you're not going to have enough food.
Well, I don't have to feed them right now. I'm doing cards. You don't see what I'm going for?
Yeah, but
I can do 2 contracts.
all right.
That's why I'm making all these dinosaurs. Okay, so now it's the refresh round. So we get rid of all these. Uh-oh. Totally. And we didn't have any public contracts to refresh. We moved the little coffee cup down to round 5, so we've got 2 rounds left. I've got the first player token. Oh, we need to collect our resources. I only get 1 meat and 1 plant. Okay. definitely doing a contract. This one's worth 13, and it gets rid of these meat eaters. Okay, that's a good one. You gotta pay a supply to do that.
Yep. And
okay, I'm gonna put my head rancher on there because it's worth 2. I'm gonna be completing this contract, which is 2 of the Stegosauruses and 1 of the Allosaurus. That one's worth 11. So now we don't know what public contracts are coming up. But I gotta make sure I have enough food for my dinosaurs I have. And I'm gonna collect 2 meat. Okay, I'm gonna collect one of these guys. And I collect Allosaurus.
all right.
Okay, so we've used all of our ranchers, so we get all of our ranchers back. Get anything out of medical leave. Our little guy's standing back up. Okay, and now we arrange our ranch. So I'm going to put this guy here and this one here. You kind of want to be strategic which resources you cover because you want to make sure that you get as many resources as you can. Okay, so now we feed them. So I need 1, 2, 3 plants for these guys. And I need 1, 2, 3 meat for these 2.
Okay.
Then we breed. I'm gonna okay. And then we refresh. And we're on our last round. We didn't do as many research cards this time. Last time I did a lot of research cards, but okay, so collect our resources, get 2 meat, 2 plants, and 1 supply. So this is our last round, so it's very important. You're not going to get any, basically, I'm not able to do any contracts, so if you don't have the dinosaurs that are on those contracts right now, you're not going to get them. So now I just need to make sure I have enough food to feed my dinosaurs during this round, because I will get points for the dinosaurs I have. So it kind of switches gears if you can't complete a contract. So I will need 3 meat and 4 plants. I'm good on those. Okay, so collect 2 meat. What one do I? And I'm going to collect Allosaurus. Go into the medical leave area. I'm going to collect the plants. So you get 2 of them. Then I'm going to pay a supply to choose the blue guy. And go into the medical leaf. I was gonna do that, but I can't spare any food.
Oh, these go in the discard, right?
They stay face up.
That's what I thought.
Did you get a dinosaur?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it this one? Maybe. I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm not going to do that because I don't have enough.
No, it goes here. You gotta pick one of those you drew.
Do I? Or can I still pick
No,
one?
you have to pick one you drew.
Okay, so we'll be that one. Alright.
Okay, so I've used all my ranchers. And so now we gather our, oh, I keep wanting to take yours. Gather our ranchers.
Oh, I forgot I had that one too.
And we arrange our ranch. So now we gotta fit all these dinosaurs we just received.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I just realized what I could do.
I'm not gonna have a place for all these. It's breeding.
Okay, so I have some that escaped mine. So I didn't have enough to cage them. I have 2
Of what kind?
carnivores. Or not carnivores.
So you lose
Actually,
one barrier.
Actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do this. There you go. Carnivores.
So the carnivore is going to eat one of them.
There's 2 of them that are dying. They're escaping.
Right, you can have him eat the other one.
That's it?
Yeah. No, one of them, this one's eaten. See what I'm saying? Okay, you can't wrap your head around that for some reason.
I had 2 that were escaping.
Right, but the loophole is you can let them eat the second one that's going to escape. You can feed that to it.
Well, technically, they ate each other.
Well, that one ate first. It was faster. It was slightly faster.
That's what I was like. It's like one eats the other, but then in that terms, they both ate each other.
It's survival of the fittest. That one was the fittest.
All right.
Okay, so now we feed all these dinosaurs. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, there's no way you have enough.
I do. I have enough. Then these are 1, 2, 4, 5. I have exactly enough meat. And then this one is another 4. I have exactly enough. I made sure I had exactly enough food. Problem is, there's one that I'm not going to be able to keep all the ones I breed. But I'm going to keep the one that's worth more.
So, let's see. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to breed this one first. I don't have room for... I have 3 more that would breed. So they technically would escape, but I don't get a penalty, so I'm not even going to do anything.
This one.
I have a lot of dinosaurs. That one escapes.
Yeah.
So...
It takes out one of the cage.
You lose a barrier.
Yep.
This one doesn't have to have a barrier. None of these do. Why did...
Oh, yeah.
You should have put these here.
Oh, yeah, then... Technically,
you lost 2.
So I would still have one of these.
It would have had to eat one, so you would lose a dinosaur anyway. You need to lose a dinosaur for that other one you lost. It doesn't have to be the red one. It could be any of them.
Yeah, well, I'll lose. Well,
that one you didn't have yet. You didn't have that yet.
Well, I could lose this one.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so I bred mine, you bred yours, right? Yeah, it's a lot of switcheroo and figuring out what you're going to lose. There's no refreshing because it's the end of the game. So now you just flip this over and it tells you what to score. This game's really cool because it basically leads you through the game. So first we count our contracts. Neither of us did the private.
I have 20.
I have 19, 43. Right, 24, 31. Got 43. Then we do our research cards. I only have 2 points for that.
I have 5.
Okay. Then we count our dinosaurs. So the yellows are worth 2 points. That's 8. So beat me at 3. The green are worth 3. The blue are worth 3 each. So that puts me at
45.
And the Allosaurus are worth 4 each. So that puts me at 12. Did you count all your dinosaurs?
Mm-hmm.
And did you count your research cards?
Yep.
Okay, so 74 to 45.
Yep.
This is my game. I dominated the last game.
I can say that having first player marker does help.
I didn't have first player marker last time.
Yeah, but
it's all about the contracts. You gotta breed those dinosaurs like there's no tomorrow. Like you just breed.
Yeah. Oh well, not just that. You have to make sure you buy the gates.
Yeah, breeding and barriers.
Yeah, you got lucky with that barrier one.
That one was awesome.
I don't think that even came up last time.
If it did, we didn't notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really fun game, and it's definitely really easy to learn, easy to teach. A lot of strategy. As you could see, there's a lot of thinking several moves ahead because you have to make sure you have enough food, make sure you've got enough barriers, and make sure you're constantly farming dinosaurs because you need to fulfill contracts. That's the way to win is the contracts because they're worth 12, anywhere from Most of them are worth 11 to 13 points. This one's only worth 7, but most of them are worth quite a bit of points. So the research cards don't really get you points, but they do get you advantages, because that helped me by not having to suffer a penalty because I didn't lose anything other than the one dinosaur that was escaping. So I would definitely say check this game out. And I think we haven't played any of their other tiny games, but they've got like 20, right?
Yeah,
different,
like 15
all different themes.
They have a lot. Just say that they have a lot, and they're coming out with a lot more. So
yeah, so they're different themes. I've not looked at any of them. It's not like the same game over and over, but they're all the same in the sense that they're tiny and easy to learn. Like that's on their box. I was reading that's their motto: easy to learn, hard to master, compact. So they make it to where they want it to be on the table a lot, so they're making it to where it's convenient for families or small groups of people to play when you're like going camping or on a vacation. This would be a great game to take because it doesn't take up a lot of room. You could easily pack it if you're flying on a plane or something. So I would definitely suggest checking this game out, and Anthony will put the product link in the description. And did you have anything else? Mm-hmm. So thank you for watching. If you like our video, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And we look forward to seeing you next time.